For TRICHOMES.com, I'm Jarod Duggins, and this is the Careers in Cannabis podcast. On this show, we sit down with staffing agencies, cannabis companies, and other industry professionals to discuss employment opportunities in the burgeoning cannabis industry. Being a mother of three and navigating her way to becoming a marketing maven couldn't have been easy. But our next guest makes it sound that way as she denotes her passion for marketing and takes us through her background from receiving her MBA to working with the likes of Colgate, Palmolive, Heineken, and a few other multi-billion-dollar companies along the way. While learning about terpenes via being a consultant to the National Mango Board, our guest shares about how she then took all of her unique experiences and navigated her way into a career in cannabis. We are joined today by Valda Coryat, Chief Marketing Officer for Trulieve, a publicly traded medical cannabis company. Valda, welcome to the show.
Hello, happy to be here.
Well, happy to have you, and then thanks for joining. You know, it's election week, and as this airs, it's going to be after election. But I hope everyone got out and voted cannabis. You know, when it comes down to it, it's red or blue. Cannabis is here to stay for the people who care about it. And that being said, we're still here amidst something that affects us all on a global level, and the COVID-19, the coronavirus is going around. How have you been doing since, let's call it March?
You know, for me personally, I have 3 children. That adds another layer of concern and thoughtfulness, and just making sure. I personally have been tested twice and negative both times. So just want to make sure. I think that health is top of mind for my own family, as well as the team of people that support me in my work at Trulieve.
It's good to hear that you're doing well, and I'm glad that you and your family are doing well during this time period. Trulieve is making some moves, and that means good things for the patients who need supply. And so kudos for continuing to help and be a part of your team making forward movement, which, was given to us during this COVID time period. It's some people had the burden of losing their jobs, companies going out of business, all that kind of thing. And then all of a sudden cannabis is deemed essential in the states where it was medically accepted. And wow, what a great thing for the patients in the states where it was accepted, because it had already become a part of life. But thank goodness for companies like Trulieve that are there to fulfill that niche. Trulieve has a lot of great things about it, but we're here to talk about you and your background. And prior to your career in cannabis through Trulieve, where'd you start? How did you find out that cannabis was something you wanted to do? But, what'd you do before that?
Yeah, I've been in marketing for over 2 decades now. So for me, I think first and foremost, it starts with a passion for marketing, right? I call it as a driver of business. And I come from the school of thought that it's not just a cost center. It's not just that you spend advertising dollars or come up with pretty pictures and nice words, that everything that we do from a marketing perspective literally is to build the market for that product or group of products. And so my career in marketing started after I got my MBA at Columbia University. I was in New York at the time and worked for a very well-known company for those who brush their teeth and wash dishes, Colgate Palmolive. I spent about 8 years there. And that's really where I learned the nuts and bolts of brand management specifically. And then from there, I went on to work in the beauty industry. I also had a stint in the beer and spirits industry. I worked for Heineken in their Caribbean and Americas export group out of New York as well, but spending a lot of time south of Miami. And then after that, working for sort of multi-billion-dollar companies, I really realized that what gets me going in the morning is the opportunity to help sort of more fast growth, high growth companies, right? And medium-sized. Trulieve is growing by leaps and bounds, so I probably won't be able to call it medium-sized in the near future. But the opportunity to take marketing and layer it on top of a fundamentally sort of operationally strong company. And how I came to cannabis and Trulieve specifically is rather interesting because my last stint was working for the National Mango Board. So you take this, marketer from New York, working on these big global brand names. You drop me into Florida, and I got to Florida because I truly am a Caribbean baby at heart, I like to say. I was born in St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, and always remember fondly palm trees and warm weather and the beach and sand and being able to see the horizon. So I moved to Florida more for quality of life reasons. And in working with the National Mango Board, I started to learn about, agriculture. And I'll even reference, mangoes are known for a terpene called myrcene. And so in that research of really understanding the product, I started to see this parallel between mangoes, believe it or not, and cannabis. So while working for the National Mango Board, I actually had a recruiter contact me out of the blue and say, hey, have you ever considered working in cannabis? And I thought, no, actually, not a whole lot. Maybe, it was kind of one of those, let me think about this again. And the more research I did, I saw how strong of a company Trulieve is, or a lot of people are looking towards plants, not only from a health and a nutrition standpoint, but also to say, how do we capture what is the best in those plants to improve our quality of life? And so that was really the parallel that I was able to draw between that agricultural experience and, the opportunity in cannabis. And I really wasn't afraid of it. Coming from the Caribbean, cannabis is a plant that's been there as well. Also has, I think, a mix of, emotions around it and perspectives, but certainly I don't think as charged as it is here in the U.S. So I said to the recruiter, sure, let me give them let me talk to them and see, if there's a good fit, right, from a culture standpoint, because it's not just about skills, it's about the people that you work with every day. And the rest is history. I interviewed, things went well, and I'm coming up on a year now with Trulieve.
Wow. And what a unique background and set of skills you bring to Trulieve. That's an amazing story. And so, one of the things that is going on, I was just reading up on Trulieve a little bit, is more expansion. You're growing a little bit. I do believe you have just become Brandon's first dispensary, if memory serves me, and some more expansions going on. How is that going for you?
Yep. Well, not yet. We haven't opened in Brandon. We said we're coming soon. So maybe by the time this airs, we will have opened Brandon, but that would be our 65th location in Florida. And we have 2 other locations, one in California and also one in Connecticut. So we are continuing to grow. It's truly exciting. And then if you, take a look at the news, you probably have seen that also we'll have a presence in Pennsylvania and Massachusetts. So we continue to grow, and I think the demand for the product actually is growing, and we are really just meeting that need.
Oh, it's fantastic to hear, because expansion, especially for the listeners on this show, means jobs and careers in cannabis. So within those expansions and new sites, is there a lot of hiring going on? How many jobs are out there? And
100%. I mean, we are, if you think about it, every time we add a location, right, a dispensary in Florida alone, you have a store manager, and then you've got, our true hosts, who are the ones when you enter the dispensary, who might greet you with a smile and say hello and answer any questions that you have. And then lots of other employees that help, ensure that dispensary operates smoothly and meets our customers' needs. So every dispensary we open, you add, depending on the size of the dispensary, tens of employees, and you think about the different shifts. In addition to that, though, we also have a call center, right, where we're responding to patients who have questions about their products. So that's our customer support center. We have support as well in terms of producing the product, right? So we're always looking for people for our production function as well. So, I mean, we are continuing to grow. We've got a patient count that also needs servicing. We're upwards now over 420,000 patients on the registry in Florida, and it could add every week anywhere from 3,000, and we've seen upwards of 5,000 patients added every week as well. So, we've got jobs, I would say, from seed to sale, from growing and cultivating and packaging our product all the way through at the retail dispensary where we're actually interacting, engaging with patients and processing the sale of the product.
Fantastic. Trulieve.com, and you just
Yes.
revamped that. And for our listeners, opposite of the link we'll have in our bio, whichever platform they're listening on, Trulieve.com. And then is there a jobs board that they can stay up to date with?
Yep. If you scroll through, you'll see a careers section. And within that career section, it's a welcome to join our team. And then you can search by category, by location, and then within the specific positions in those locations.
Fantastic. Well, for all the listeners, again, Trulieve.com. And I definitely look forward to checking in with you again here, Valda, seeing how Trulieve keeps shaking it up and keeps meeting the supply demand when it comes down to the medicine that people have voted on receiving here. Because regardless of recreational, regardless of what states do, what they're going to do during this election, the states where it has been deemed medically essential, hey, it's a way of life now. And thanks for rising to the occasion and being a part of such a great team.
Oh gosh, I can't imagine being anywhere else. Like I said, I believe in the power of plants. I believe in cannabis as medicine. I think we're just, learning. It's the tip of the iceberg, really, in terms of the benefits that can come from cannabis use as medicine. And we really are looking for people who believe in it as well, who are passionate about the work that they do or the skills that they have, and passionate about growing their careers. We do very much look at people and hope that when they join us and have worked with us, that they are looking for a career and that it's not just a job. So I hope, as everyone goes to Trulieve.com, I'll give a little more specific. It's actually Trulieve.com/discover/careers to search for those opportunities within Trulieve in Florida.
Perfect. And make sure to check the link wherever you're listening to this on. We'll make sure to include that link in the bio there, so it's a hyperlink right over. And thank you so much for your time. I know it's busy, and I know, wow, it's election week. All that kind of crazy stuff is going on, but thank you for taking the time out of your day to let people know about their opportunity for a career in cannabis with Trulieve.
It's my pleasure, and I appreciate, and thank you for having me on.
My pleasure. You have a great day and be well. You can follow our series, Careers in Cannabis, as well as more great shows like this one at TRICHOMES.com. If you're a member of the cannabis community and you have a story you want to share with us, please reach out. You can reach the show via emailing careersincannabis@trichomes.com. Please take a second to subscribe to the podcast and write a review. It really helps others find the show. You can also join in the discussion with industry insiders by visiting trichomes.com and following us on all social media. For trichomes.com, I'm Jarod Duggins. Be well, and thank you for listening.